Hi, welcome everyone. Here we are having Mr. Zane who will be talking about the market updates and what's going on in the market. So before we start our podcast, Zane, can you tell us some information about yourself, who you are, and what kind of expert you are?
Well, thank you for the introduction, by the way, Maruf. I've been in this industry for the past 8 years. I've been trading with equities, been working with some institutions as well in the past to help them manage their portfolio. And so I've been the financial advisor of a few groups as well, helping the investors to make the right decisions for the investments.
All right, very interesting. So our viewers are really interested in getting to know what kind of things do you trade. Are you a financial advisor or are you account manager?
Well, every person can be a financial advisor. You don't need a degree to be a financial advisor.
Okay.
We are lucky to live in times when we have AI tools like ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we have Llama, now DeepSeek. Everyone itself in a house, even a 12-year-old kid, can be a financial advisor. It's just about how you use the skill. It's just about that. You just need to spend some time in learning how to use the tools, and voila, you're a financial advisor by yourself.
All right, it makes sense right now. So our viewers will be, especially from now on, using ChatGPT and Gemini.
Well,
It's a very good
Well,
insight.
I hate to break it to you, Maruf. You can't just only use ChatGPT. You need to teach the AI to give you the right
Oh,
information.
it's a whole new.
It's a whole new procedure. You just can't. Everyone thinks ChatGPT is the answer to every question, but no, you need to train or what information you want.
All right. So we got some information about you and what kind of things you do and what kind of financial expert you are. But right now, I would like to give some information for our viewers. So basically, what we do in this podcast, okay, our job is to give you some insights about the financial market, like what we do, okay, so about in the commodities, or we are here to invite different experts so that you can get some information, and we are here to revise the financial market. And on the top of that, we are here to give some insights for the future, our predictions. So I have got a very interesting questions for you. Even I am
Looking forward to that, my man.
Oh, all right, got it. So the first question, what is your view on US tariffs?
Wow, we'd start with quite a blockbuster, didn't we? Okay. All right. Well, now I'm going to state a fact. Okay. I'm just going to quote Financial Times, and I'm going to state it right now.
Okay.
With Trump threatening those 25 tariffs on the U.S. imports, this is actually going to make it really hard for the Europe to work with the U.S. in the longer run, because now we have a fear factor going on in the European market, because just right after this announcement, before it was trade war, but now we are looking at Europe to give it in at some time, but it's just a matter of time, to be honest. Now, the way we see that is there's another aspect to look at this is while the tariffs might temporarily boost the U.S. auto and steel sectors, the long-term consequence could be a global realignment of industrial production away from the U.S. because, as we all know, most China, India, Vietnam, these three countries are one of the top manufacturing countries. They are sending their goods to the U.S.
Yes.
And speaking of the retaliatory tariffs, if this happens, then we are talking about some really high inflation for not just within the U.S., but also economies around the globe.
All right, so what you are saying that it's gonna be a very bad impact on the international market as well, not only the U.S. but talking globally, right?
Yeah, exactly. You see, Trump's been in the office for how many months? Couple of months, 2, 3 months, 4 months, and he's doing the kind of work that previous presidents did in the 4-year term. So just imagine what is happening in the past couple of months and what's going to happen in the future. I'm sure you must have seen the news that Donald Trump has introduced a gold card. Do you know that?
Yeah, even for Russians, they can get it. Just it's about the money, the capital that you have. Yeah, like you invest around five million US dollars, and you can get the card.
You can get the same privileges as a green card.
Yeah.
And so basically Trump is saying, you got the money, baby, come it in. Otherwise, just get the hell out of here.
By the way, did you see the question? Okay, Trump was there on the stage, and he was like, "If you have $5 million, you can just invest and get the gold card."
Yeah.
And-
Otherwise, get lost. We don't need you. You have to pay to live in the U.S. Otherwise, you
and
can't.
there was one question from a guy. He's like, "Mr. Trump, if there is one Russian who is oligarch, he can invest 5 million, he can get the gold card. Is it possible?" It's like, yes, of course.
Of course, yeah. Of
So-
course, yeah.
As long as you have money,
The US, US is here for you. Otherwise, don't come here. This land is not for the people. Not for it. Doesn't offer you, free lunches. They're not free meals there.
So as I can see that from your point of view, you're very positive about the U.S. market as long as Trump is there and you will be making money. Am I right?
Yeah, but so he did a very interesting fact as well. Last time when Trump was in the office, I mean, Trump made millionaires. I mean, turned millionaires into billionaires.
Yes, it's a fact.
Why is that? That's the number one question. Why is that? Trump is a businessman.
And he knows how to do sex.
Exactly. He knows how to do business. People trust him. Just remember, Joe Biden was there. No offense to Joe Biden fans, by the way. But when he was there, he was like a living corpse. He was like a living dead man.
No, he was sleeping. No, he was sleeping every year.
That's what I'm saying. He was in a coma in 4 years. For the last 4 years, he was in a coma. So all I'm trying to say, when Trump says something, it has an impact. Remember Trump coin? He just introduced Trump coin. He just tweeted about Trump coin. And in just about less than 24 hours, it went to the roof. Now, that's another debate. What happened afterwards?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, of course, you cannot dive into this. Yeah, because the thing is, like, a lot of people made and a lot of people. This is the whole story about meme coins. It's not an altcoin. Yeah.
Yeah. No, let's just talk about what impact he brings on the table.
Yeah.
The moment, I mean, we traders, what we do, whatever if any news channel say, we wait for Trump's tweet. That's what we wait for, because that's a bazooka, my friend. That's a bazooka. When Trump says something, when the ball leaves the arrow, the market goes that way. That's what we're talking about.
Perfect. So, by discussing all of this, stuff like talking about Trump as a person, as a president, and as a businessman, right? And on the other side, we discuss about the U.S. tariffs, right? And then the crypto stuff, even. So, but right now, the question is what kind of trader are you? Are you a forex guy or a commodities or who you are?
So basically, I'm in love with candles. My life is candles. Every candle is like, let me tell you something. Candle is like a girl. Every indices, every candle is like it speaks its own language.
Okay.
All right. So as long as you can understand them, you can trade in everything. We call it as a price action. So it depends. I mean, sometimes you understand certain instruments. Sometimes you don't.
Sorry to cut you. Speaking of candles, you say they are your girlfriend, stuff like that, okay? So who is your girlfriend as a candle?
Gold and US indices, that's what I'm talking about. Because volatility, volume, good moods, it makes you good money. Because you need to understand, every candle, at the end of the day, every person is...
There is a candle, it's called Doge, right?
Doji candle.
That's my girlfriend, by the way.
Bipolar disorder.
No, Doge can, not Doge cat, Doge can. You got the point.
We're talking about the same one.
All right.
Okay.
So, but let's talk about Forex market.
Yeah.
Most of our viewers are really interested in Forex market.
Yeah.
They are into USD, JPY, and then there is GBP, USD. So what's your view? Like, do you trade these pairs?
Well, so I trade on pairs, but I trade on every pair that has JPY because I'm more comfortable in the Asian session. So when we are trading with JPYs, we have to trade in USD JPY and GBP JPY. The most mistake that people make, they choose a pair, but they don't even know when that particular market is open. So a person would want to trade GBP JPY, but he would want to trade that GBP JPY during the US session.
Yeah.
Now the US market, the UK market is closed. The JPY market is closed. What the hell are you doing in trading JPY? Yeah, there's going to be volume, but it is going to be so slow. The market will move with the speed of sloth.
So you're talking about the timing right now.
The timing, yeah. Some people they trade AUD JPY, bro. ABP, AUD JPY, Australian dollar and JPY. They don't work during the US session.
Yes.
So you have to ensure what session are you choosing, and then you choose a pair.
So right now we've got one very useful insight for myself and for our viewers. Let's say that you choose the right session, and you should be on time.
And you need to know when you'll see the volatility in the market. Otherwise, there's no point.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because when there's no volume in the market, the moment the market will open, it can go sideways. You don't even know, because you need to know where the market is going to go. What is the I just can't remember the name of the word. What is the market sentiment? All right, what is how the people are behaving in the market? So right now, if you want to trade in the U.S. market and U.S. indices,
yes,
you shouldn't trade during Asian session. You should trade pre-New York and now before New York opens. Okay. And then when the New York opens, you wait for an hour and then get into trade. When there's high impact news, you don't trade right on point. You take a break, let the market settle, let the market create a market structure for you, and then you enter.
Very interesting. So speaking of your trading timing and the sessions, US session or let's say Asian session, right? I've got a very good, interesting question for you. So we are very interested in knowing what kind of trader you are. Like, are you a person who prefers technical analysis or are you a fundamental trader?
They go hand in hand. It's not like you're going to stop here. You're going to say that I'm just going to breathe and I'm not going to eat forever. They go hand in hand. In order to stay alive, you need to eat. You need to eat healthy, and you need to, at the same time, you need to breathe oxygen as well. They go hand in hand.
Okay.
You just can't deny the fact that technicals are important. Technicals,
I'm a technical trader.
Yeah. So you need technical and fundamentals. They go hand in hand. For example, a trend is telling you that, okay, we are in a trending market, but suddenly what happens is there's a war between Ukraine and Russia, or there's an attack in Middle East, let's say, and Israel from Hamas. There's going to be volatility in the market. The commodity are going to skyrocket, and that's how people make more money out of it. Because when there's volatility in the market, that's when you enter.
But at the end of the day, trend is your friend.
Absolutely, trend is your friend. But when there is something in the market that is happening all out of nowhere, for example, if Trump says out of nowhere that, about the trade wars, let's say we're going to apply that amount to let's say 25% to Canada or any other country, and they instantly retaliate. What's going to happen? What do you think? What's going to happen? There's going to be uncertainty in the market.
Of course, it's a fact, though.
Yeah, when you are, in these scenarios, you have to be very careful. You have to take both things into consideration. You just can't totally rely on technicals. You can't totally rely on fundamentals.
So the answer is yes and no.
Yes and no. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, it makes it clear. So I would say.
I trade on both technicals and fundamentals. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
that's both or yes and no.
Both, yes. I trade both. Yeah.
Right now it makes sense. We know we got your point. Yeah. And one more interesting question. Talking of let's say U.S. stocks such as giant ones. Let's talk about Amazon or Apple. What's your look on them?
Well, we are living in times where AI is on a boom. So as long as whatever stock you are looking to invest, I'm more inclined towards the U.S. equities. I'm more inclined towards Dow Jones, U.S. 30 or Nasdaq, because if you see in the past, Nvidia literally led the U.S. equities. Literally,
exactly.
If Nvidia is on a bull run, the whole U.S. 30 is on a bull run. Nasdaq is on a bull run. You need to ensure that which stock if you are following the stock when their earning reports are coming out, you do not take a trade before the earning reports gets out. You do not take it. And but if you see a good trend, you need to see obviously the fundamentals. Like when they split the shares, Nvidia, when they split the shares, they went from I believe 12 or 1300 to like $100. Um, I think in a span of like few hours, I don't exactly remember, but I will share the facts with you later on. The stock price of the Nvidia went from 120 to the whooping $130, $135. But then right after that, the CEO of Nvidia, they just withdrew, they just sold the share, and the market almost crashed, and now it is correcting right now. The whole point is,
That's a very bad.
yeah. The whole point is you need to be really sure that which stock you are following. If you're following an IT stock, you need to, which sector are you into? The commodity sector, are you into the metal sector, or are you for example, during the time of wars, you want to invest into companies that are into metals, aluminum.
Yeah.
You want to work into that. So for now, I believe whatever stock you're following, I'm more into into indices. And like in US 30, we have 30 major US corporates I look into. And Nvidia is always my catalyst when it comes to trading. So if Nvidia is doing good, Meta is doing good, Microsoft is doing good, I'm happy. I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, it makes sense. But on the other hand, there is a saying here. I actually met a guy who's been trading for past 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's a stock guy.
Okay.
He's from US. He says that, bro, like whenever I'm about to invest in any stock, in any company, right, buying or selling, whatever it is, the first thing that he's doing is getting to know the owner of that specific company. Let's say you're about to invest in Amazon, right? Let's say you're planning to buy. There was a video, right? So Elon Musk was on the stage, and one uncle comes up and takes the mic and says, like, why should I invest in Tesla?
But you shouldn't invest in Tesla. You shouldn't invest in Tesla.
So the question is first I need to know about the owner, what kind of person he is, what kind of businessman he is, some information about the guy. So because he is the owner of the company and all the decisions will be made by that guy, right? So what's your look on that?
Well,
Would you consider?
Yeah, of course. If I'm trading in stocks, I want to know, because you're not investing in stocks is kind of you are getting into a marriage, because you are going to get dividends as well. You're going to get dividends, and so you have to ensure the way you're putting your money in. But as of me, I cannot put my money in stock for a long period of time. I'm more into CFD space, trading on CFD, where I'm getting leverage, and I can trade for more contracts. That's what I'm actually looking for, and that's what I trade on.
Perfect. So for now, you've got very, very good information from you. But I would say I would like to count a couple of things that I learned, and of course, it's gonna be very beneficial for our viewers as well. The first thing, it's about the sessions. I love that part. Yeah, session. So guys, you gotta choose the right session,
Yeah.
and the right timing, and
Every instrument has its own behavior. You need to understand which instrument resonates with your personality.
okay.
Use that instrument. Do not trade the moment you see an instrument. Try to familiarize with that instrument. Try to understand how they are behaving in the market. Then get yourself in. You have to be involved with the session you want to trade with. Otherwise, you are just gambling. And trading is the hardest business you can ever get yourself into.
Exactly. I would like to add something on here. So people think that like trading is easy. It's not like you just put the money and you go
That's
get the market. It's gambling. It's scams. To become a doctor, you are spending 7 years, right?
Yeah.
To be a good trader.
I mean, just take it this way. You don't. If you have a loved one and they have a heart attack, you wouldn't want that person to go to see a doctor who has no experience, who didn't go to a medical school. You don't want that, right?
You don't want to die, yeah?
don't want to
Risking your life.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do that. Yeah, so exactly. You need to understand the market, make yourself familiar, and build a relationship with the camp, and then move on.
Perfect. Thank you, Zane, for your time. And
anytime, Edward. Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. 3, 2, 1.